A massive flood strong enough to wipe out humanity suddenly hits. Tens of millions of people are trapped inside a 30-story building. Among them is the female lead who has lost her witch powers. Faced with a disaster that could end everything, what can humans actually do? Just a few minutes earlier, single mom Anna had just opened her eyes when she saw her son Zane jumping around in excitement. He kept dragging his sleepy mom to go swimming, saying there was a real swimming pool outside. While Anna was still half awake, a deafening clap of thunder suddenly exploded in her ears. Anna walked over and pulled open the curtains to look. Only then did she realize a heavy rain was pouring outside. Even the wide road had turned into a river. At this moment, Anna still had not realized how serious things were. But seeing the rain falling so hard, her work today and her son's school were clearly both cancelled. Just then Anna's mother called her. Turns out it was also pouring heavily over there. The mother and daughter chatted briefly. After hanging up, Anna got ready to make breakfast, but the next second, rainwater actually started pouring in through the window. She almost thought she was still dreaming. After all, her home was on the 3rd floor, but the massive flood outside nearly reaching the 3rd floor told her this was not a dream, but a real and deadly crisis. At this rate, the water was rising. It would not be long before the apartment became a reservoir. Meanwhile, little Zane had no sense of fear at all. He was even jumping around wanting to swim at home. Just then a broadcast suddenly echoed through the building, saying that due to record-breaking rainfall, the water had already reached the 2nd floor. The broadcast told residents to move upward immediately, because Zane was being way too noisy. Anna could only yell at him to shut up, but Zane still tried to pull his mom to play in the water. Seeing that yelling did not work, Anna grabbed Zane and put him on the table. "Didn't I tell you not to mess around at home?" Then Anna rushed straight to the wardrobe, getting ready to pack some clothes and run. But right at that moment, a phone call suddenly came to Anna's phone. The caller said he was Hijo from the 1st Human Security Team. He asked if she was Anna Gu from the Darwin Center, from Emotional Ad on Engine Development Team 3. After Anna confirmed her identity, Hijo said he was almost at the apartment to pick her up, saying the 3rd floor would soon be flooded, and Anna needed to move to higher floors as fast as possible. There was no need to pack too many things, because they would evacuate directly by helicopter from the rooftop. Anna immediately realized how serious things were, so she stopped packing without hesitation. She just threw on some clothes and grabbed her son's medicine. Anna quickly carried her child and rushed out of the apartment. The scene in front of her almost scared her out of her mind. The hallway was filled with residents crying and shouting. The stairs going up were packed so tight they could not move. It turned out someone had fainted up ahead, which caused the stairs to become jammed. And now the rain was pouring down like buckets. The water level kept rising higher and higher. Staying in one place for too long was clearly not a smart choice. Anna did not hesitate for a second. She immediately carried her child toward the fire escape. Luckily the fire escape was not locked from the inside. And just like that, Anna carried her child and climbed upward step by step. But because of this, Zane saw something he should not have seen. "Mom, look over there." At a moment where life and death hung in the balance, one wrong step could mean total disaster. To keep her son from getting scared, Anna hurriedly started singing a nursery rhyme Zane had heard since he was little. But the calm did not last long. The mother and son had not sung together for very long. They ran into a fire escape completely blocked. Despair instantly filled Anna's heart. She put Zane down from her back. She climbed up a bit and tried carefully. It was clear that without any safety protection, she could easily fall down, and that would only make things much worse. So Anna could only stay on the 7th floor with her child for now. At this time, many trapped residents had gathered on the floor. A lot of them were begging the residents there to open their doors so they could use the bathroom. Some people chose to keep their doors shut, but others chose to open their homes. Right at this critical moment, Hijo, who came to pick up Anna, appeared across from the building. Just as Anna was about to go meet him, she suddenly realized Zane was gone. Anna turned around to look and saw that he had followed others into an apartment on that floor. Anna rushed inside to look for her child. But the next second, an accident happened. Many people did not even have time to react and were killed by the massive wave. Luckily Anna had learned diving before and could hold her breath for a short while. But the bad news was the medicine for Zane floated outside through the shattered glass. Anna had no way to stop it. With no other choice, Anna rushed into the bathroom to find her child. Then immediately tried to open the door and get out, but the door handle would not turn at all. At this critical moment, Hijo, who had found them, opened the door from outside and rescued Anna and Zane. Because help came in time, Zane barely managed to survive. At this moment, Hijo was truly the lifesaver of the mother and son. After confirming that researcher Anna and Zane were both alive, it was time to start moving. After taking photos, Hijo planned to carry Zane, but Zane cried and refused to go with him. He insisted that his mom Anna carry him, so Anna took her child back. After that, the three of them continued moving upward. When Anna had just fallen into the water, she was forced to swallow several mouthfuls of water. She tasted the water and realized it was salty. So she asked Hijo if something was seriously wrong. Hijo could only tell her the truth. 3 hours ago, a small asteroid hit Antarctica. Melting ice mixed with seawater rushed north like a flood. now half of Japan is already underwater. At the current speed, the 30-story apartment building under their feet would soon be completely submerged. In fact, the people above already knew the disaster was coming, but there was no way to stop it. They could only let ordinary people face fate on their own. To put it simply, humanity was likely finished this time, meaning all humans would die. Hijo gave a helpless smile after saying that. He asked Anna if she really thought her workplace was just an artificial intelligence lab. In reality, Anna's mission was to create new humans. As the person developing the emotional engine for AI, there were only 2 people like that in the world. The first candidate was Anna's supervisor, who disappeared earlier that morning. The supervisor and the child she raised were swept away by the flood. Early judgment said the supervisor was already dead, so now only the second candidate Anna remained. Once the helicopter reached the temporary shelter, she would be assigned her mission there. The research from other teams was already complete, such as artificial bodies' intelligence and reproduction ability. Now everything was ready except the emotional engine. After briefly explaining everything, Hijo planned to continue moving upward. "Mom, I need to poop." Zane always managed to cause trouble during escapes, yet Anna was not angry at all. Instead she panicked and ran off to find a toilet. Hijo used the time to contact people above, but he also pulled out a handgun. Clearly there were things he had not told Anna. When Anna came out, Hijo took out some clothes and told Anna and the child to put them on. Even though disaster was already right in front of them, the 2 of them could still chat calmly. Hijo asked if once a bionic human had an emotional engine, would they truly have human emotions and be no different from real humans? Anna nodded gently. Hijo felt confused. Why bionic humans had to have emotions at all? Shouldn't new humans have something new? Why insist on something like the human heart? Hijo even gave Anna an example. When they reached the rooftop later, the other residents would definitely fight to get on the helicopter. To survive, they would stop at nothing, and for Anna to leave safely, she would surely push them away with all her strength. That was the human heart. Anna did not argue any further. Instead she asked for the satellite phone and made one last call to her mother. At this moment, her mother's place was also flooded. "Anna, thank you so much. Mom loves you so much. I love you too." But before Anna could grieve for long, the natural gas pipes on their floor began to rupture. Hijo quickly led the mother and son rushing outside. But the moment they stepped out the door, the nearby room exploded due to a gas leak. When they tried to turn and run another way, the path was completely blocked. Now both left and right were dead ends. Hijo made a quick decision and chose to climb up along the outside of the building. After Hijo climbed up first, Anna hurriedly lifted Zane upward. But Zane struggled wildly because he did not want to be separated from his mom, which caused Anna to fall directly into the water. Luckily Anna was a strong swimmer and did not drown. She quickly surfaced and grabbed onto something tightly, then shouted loudly to her worried son, "Mom is completely fine. She will come find you in a moment." Then Anna swam hard back into the building. But just as she was about to climb upward through the hallway, she suddenly heard a child crying inside the elevator. Anna stepped closer and knocked on the door. There really was a little girl named Jisoo inside. Desperate to save her, Anna quickly ran back upstairs, trying to find a tool to pry the elevator open. But when she turned around she saw 2 looters taking advantage of the chaos, searching everywhere for valuables. "Even if we kill someone, no one will know." Anna was so scared she barely dared to breathe. She could only return to the elevator empty-handed, trying to see if she could open it with her bare hands. But as the water level kept rising, the crying inside the elevator slowly went quiet. But the next second, another violent wave of floodwater suddenly rushed in. The moment Anna was swept away by the water, it felt like she was back in that terrible car accident. Back then, her husband tried to save the mother and son from the water but was crushed under the car and trapped. Anna could only watch as her husband was pinned down, completely helpless. Her husband told Anna to take Zane and leave quickly. To save her son's life, Anna forced herself through the pain and struggled out of the water. Time returned to the present. Before Anna could recover from her grief, Hijo's anxious shouts came from upstairs. Zane's condition had suddenly worsened and he urgently needed medicine, but the life-saving medicine had long been washed away by the flood. If he did not get treatment soon, Zane might not survive. Hijo urged Anna to get on the helicopter first, but Anna absolutely refused, insisting on finding a way to save her son first. With no other choice, they could only stop in another room for now. Anna borrowed some juice and salt from the homeowner. After Anna fed him in an emergency, the boy finally woke up for the moment. But in truth, Anna was not Zane's biological mother, because Zane was not a normal human. He was a bionic human created by humans. Back then, Anna and her supervisor each raised one bionic child as test subjects for emotional bonding experiments. After that car accident, Anna felt completely broken inside. Thinking she might not be fit to be a mother, she asked her supervisor to transfer Zane's guardianship. But her supervisor told Anna the emotional engine had already been approved by the center. They no longer needed to raise the children themselves. The center would retrieve both children in a few months. The moment Anna heard this, her heart turned cold. Retrieval meant Zane's brain module would be removed, which was no different from killing him. Time returns to the present. The weather outside the building suddenly turned clear. Sunlight that symbolized hope shone inside. But before Anna could form a hopeful thought, Hijo came over to pour cold water on it, saying this was only a brief calm, an even stronger storm was still coming. Then Hijo revealed another cruel truth: among them, only Anna could go to the temporary shelter. Zane as a retrieval target could not leave with Anna. Hearing this, Anna felt deeply torn inside. She realized Hijo had hidden this on purpose, because he feared Anna would refuse to leave with him. I am not really interested in new humans. I came here to see how you would treat Zane in the end. It turned out Hijo was also a child abandoned by his parents. That was why he wanted to see what choice Anna would make. Just as the words ended, the weather outside suddenly turned violent again. Another massive wave came crashing in. Seeing this, the two quickly picked up the boy and ran desperately toward higher floors. The two elderly people inside the room calmly waited for death, although they once again avoided the flood. Both of them knew clearly they had to get on the helicopter as soon as possible, otherwise the entire building would eventually be submerged. During the escape, Anna encountered a pregnant woman about to give birth. The couple cried out to her for help. Although Anna felt deep pain in her heart, she had no way to help them right now. Anna could only apologize to the couple in guilt, then continued climbing upward with all her strength. Not long after that, they successfully reached the rooftop. The rescue team arrived at the same time, but something already felt wrong here, because aside from them, there were no other residents on the rooftop, which was clearly not normal. After that, Hijo followed the standard procedure and handed over the mission to others, but the next second, a group of men in black rushed in. Without a word, they forcibly separated Anna and Zane, preparing to retrieve the module from inside Zane's brain. Sadly, Anna could not awaken her witch powers and had no ability to stop any of this. Anna ran out crying and grabbed Hijo, begging him to help, but Hijo told her that Anna's supervisor had not drowned. She had escaped with the child. The supervisor said she would rather die today than abandon her own child. I heard you once wanted to give him up. In fact, from the very beginning, you already knew this would happen, didn't you? Hijo told Anna not to struggle meaninglessly. Instead of throwing a fit with him, it would be better to properly say goodbye to the child. At this moment, the men in black had taken out their tools, ready to remove the module immediately. Seeing that force would not work, Anna could only kneel down and beg the person in charge, even asking to let the child stay with her until they reached the temporary shelter before doing it. Do you really think there is a temporary shelter? Hijo was suddenly killed by the men in black. At this moment, the person in charge finally revealed part of the truth. It turned out that aside from Anna, everyone else there would die on Earth. Only Anna, who researched new humans, would be allowed to live. After that, Anna walked up to Zane and whispered a few words into his ear. Then the module in Zane's brain was removed by the men in black. Anna did not look back and walked straight toward the helicopter. Just like that, the experiment data was fully retrieved. The helicopter accelerated toward the launch platform. As the final wave of destruction surged in, it swept in wildly. At this life or death moment, rockets suddenly blasted into the sky one by one, carrying all the collected data, shooting straight toward deep space. Very soon, the head of the Isabella laboratory told Anna, within 15 minutes, tens of thousands of meteor fragments would fall to Earth. In the end, most life on Earth would be wiped out. To prevent human extinction, the Darwin Center had prepared in advance and launched 7 rockets into space earlier that morning. Now they were the last survivors of humanity. After the Great Flood, humans had to evolve to survive. Their mission was to use existing knowledge and technology to create new humans, with the goal of the minimum population able to reproduce. Anna's team was assigned the mother and child direction. Since the child was already completed, now I needed to create the mother. Anna's initial plan was to set the test subject as the child's mother, then make the child disappear. During the process of searching for the child, the test subject would face many obstacles. If it failed, it would restart from the beginning. If after countless repeats, the test subject found the child, then the experiment would be considered a success. But just as she finished saying this, a meteor fragment pierced the cabin of Anna's spacecraft. The next second, when Anna opened her eyes again, she was back on the bed from the very beginning. Only the clothes on her chest were marked with 491. This process had already repeated 491 times. It was likely some accident happened, turning Anna into the experimental mother body, forced to find Zane through endless loops. No wonder Zane had been running around before. Running around was actually a preset program, but after returning to the initial save point, Anna's memory was reset as well. Very soon Hijo called again. Just like in all the previous loops, Hijo gave her a long list of safety instructions, but during this call, Zane was different from usual. He kept pulling on Anna's clothes, insisting that his mom look at his drawing first. I sent it to your phone, hurry up and look. But Anna focused on what was being said on the phone and had no time to look at the picture her son sent. At that moment, Anna suddenly remembered what her boss had said before, that if Zane was to be taken back. Anna made a different choice for the first time. She decided to take her child and avoid Hijo. After taking Zane's medicine again, Anna found an angry Zane inside the cabinet. Zane was still pouting that his mom did not look at his drawing. The situation was urgent. Anna could not gently comfort her child. She could only firmly tell Zane he had to listen to her today. and that he must never go with strangers. Why am I always 6 years old? I was 6 yesterday, and the day before yesterday I was also 6. Anna did not take his words seriously at this time. She quickly carried her child and rushed toward the door. The hallway was filled with collapsing screams everywhere. The residents were still just as panicked and helpless as before. Fighting against the sudden and massive flood, Anna felt the scene in front of her seemed familiar. As if guided by instinct, Anna decisively chose another escape route. She avoided that dead end they passed when her son needed the bathroom. Even after taking a detour, Anna still heard Hijo calling her name, but this time Anna deliberately pretended not to hear. However, what no one expected was another fierce wave suddenly swept in. In front of nature, humans were still too small. Anna used her very last strength, holding her son as she struggled onto the nearest floor. But when she finally gasped and climbed up, Zane had vanished into thin air. Anna's heart instantly jumped to her throat. She saw that small figure. Anna did not hesitate even for a second. She immediately dove back into the water. Then she used all her strength, swimming desperately toward her child. But halfway through, the life-saving medicine she carried on her chest accidentally fell into the sea once again. She instinctively turned back to grab it but could not reach it at all. When she turned around again, there was no sign of Zane left on the water. At that moment, Anna's memories began to loosen. She seemed to remember touching a child's diving mask on a helicopter. Then Anna actually pulled a diving mask out of her pocket. Once a crack appears in the memory barrier, connecting all the memories together is only a matter of time. When Anna was rescued and brought back to shore again, the experiment number on her body had changed to 787. Luckily this time, Hijo managed to find her, but Anna had no intention of listening to his arrangements at all. Hijo grabbed her and stopped her, saying the child did not fall into the water. As he spoke, he took out a photo and held it in front of Anna. In the photo, Zane was following a group of people upstairs. When Anna saw this, she turned and tried to rush upstairs to find him. Hijo saw that searching like this was like finding a needle in the sea, so he stepped in again to stop Anna. The two of them started struggling on the spot. In the chaos, Anna grabbed the gun from Hijo's waist, forcing him to tell her where he took her child. Otherwise Zane would never leave her on his own. But in the next second, something unexpected happened. When Anna was successfully saved by Hijo, the number on her body had changed to 1931, while Hijo was still explaining to Anna that Zane was really not taken by him. Otherwise why would he show her the photo? But Anna did not believe a word of it. She warned Hijo not to lay a hand on her son. After saying that, she jumped back into the sea without hesitation. Anna planned to start searching from the lower levels, because she firmly believed her son had to be waiting for her somewhere. Right now, besides checking floor by floor carefully, she had no other choice left. But when she reached a floor that was almost swallowed by seawater, Anna suddenly froze. She ran into Jisoo trapped inside an elevator again. Anna quickly tried to pry open the elevator doors with her hands. But time waited for no one. The flood rushed in very fast, swallowing the entire floor. In the end, Anna was consumed by the flood once more. The scene flashed and Anna came back to life again. This time the sample mark on her body had already changed to 4007. Clearly she had looped thousands of times again. This time Anna broke the mop handle, before she ran into the robber. Then she quickly swam back. Hard work finally paid off. The elevator door was pried open with a small gap. Anna seized the chance and finally rescued Jisoo. After the two of them surfaced together, Anna first took the girl to an abandoned room and changed out of her wet clothes. Anna also comforted the girl and told her not to worry. Your grandpa must have gone to the rooftop to take shelter. But how did you know I was going to my grandpa's place? Anna did not answer the question and instead told Jisoo that once she walked out of this door, she would probably die very soon. So if Jisoo saw a 6-year-old boy, could she tell him that his mom was always looking for him? Unexpectedly, Jisoo actually brought Anna a surprising clue. It turned out when Jisoo was trapped in the elevator, she had heard a little boy talking to someone and also heard something dragging along the floor. Just as Anna wondered if the boy was Zane, at that moment, Anna suddenly heard a scraping sound coming from higher floors. Maybe the sound was made by Zane. Anna told Jisoo to take good care of herself, then she immediately ran toward the upper floors. But when she reached the floor where the sound came from, a memory of test subject 4006 suddenly flashed through her mind. It turned out that in an earlier loop, Anna had been bullied by those two thugs, and not just her, an elderly couple had also fallen victim to those two thugs. Now Anna suspected her son was in their hands, so she decided to save the old couple as well. Unfortunately, just as Anna reached for a weapon she was discovered. Next Anna was beaten again. The situation unfolded exactly like the previous loop. Right when she was about to be strangled to death, Anna suddenly remembered what happened before. She reached for the hammer beside her and smashed it straight into the man's head. But that blow completely enraged the other thug. At this critical moment, the coated door was suddenly opened from outside. It was Jisoo who had brought Hijo with her. Without a word, Hijo threw one man straight into the water. After confirming that Zane was not with the thugs, he threw the remaining one into the water as well. Only then did Anna suddenly realize that Zane might have already left on his own. But where her son could possibly hide, Anna had no clue at all. The next second, Anna saw a memory of herself feeding Zane, and it had also happened inside this very room. It seemed Anna had a special connection with this family. As Anna was saying goodbye to the homeowners, the grandma handed her a bottle of salted fruit juice. Anna wanted to urge Jisoo to leave quickly, but she insisted on staying with her grandparents. With no other choice, Anna could only go search for her son alone. At this moment, Hee-jo finished a call upstairs. He told Anna the other team members would soon arrive by boat. Searching together would be much faster then. But right at that moment, Anna suddenly remembered the scene of the men in black taking Zane's brain module, so she could not let them find Zane first. Anna made an excuse and turned to leave, but Hee-jo immediately chased after her. He tried to tell Anna to calm down. Even if she really found the child, in the end, the two of them would still be separated. The words sounded cruel, but they were the harsh truth. But deep in her heart, Anna still refused to give up. With tears streaming down her face, she begged Hee-jo to help her. What Hee-jo could not understand was this was clearly the first time he had met Anna, so why did he feel a strange sense of familiarity inside? After that, the two of them once again set out to look for the child, until people from the Darwin Center arrived. Seeing them gun down civilians without hesitation, Anna quickly found a place to hide. At this moment, the number on her body had changed to 7993. Clearly for all kinds of reasons, Anna had gone through thousands more loops. Just then she suddenly heard a woman nearby crying out in despair. Anna followed the sound and saw the pregnant woman she met before had successfully given birth to a baby. Anna quickly stepped forward to wrap the baby up and took off her coat to cover both the baby and the mother. After helping the newborn mother and child, Anna immediately ran toward other floors. At that moment, Anna finally remembered a crucial clue. Before the Great Flood arrived, Zane had once begged her to look at the drawing he made. Anna quickly took out her phone and then discovered in the photo a truth that completely shocked her. It turned out Zane had always kept all the memories from the loops and had drawn every final moment with his mother. No wonder he said he was always 6 years old. It turned out Zane had always known that in the end, he would be left behind by his mother. A crushing sense of suffocation instantly swept over Anna. Just when she did not know what to do, Hee-jo's voice came through, pulling Anna back from the edge of collapse. Hee-jo said they had found her son. The moment Anna heard this, she ran over right away, but when she arrived, she not only did not find her son, instead she was ambushed by the men in black. Then Anna was injected with an anesthetic. Her whole body became unable to move. Hee-jo patiently explained beside her that once they found Zane, they would wake Anna up on the rooftop. But just as Hee-jo was about to leave, Anna forced herself with her last bit of strength and revealed the truth that happened in the previous loops. Hearing that he not only would miss the helicopter in the end but would also die on the rooftop, Hee-jo wanted to rush over and ask Anna what exactly was going on. But before he could get close, he was firmly stopped by the men in black. Luckily, following Anna's words, Hee-jo recalled some fragments of memory, so he directly took down several men in black and injected Anna with the antidote. Only then did Anna regain the ability to move. After escaping safely, the two of them found a secure place and sorted through the whole story from beginning to end. Only then did Anna realize ever since she left Zane behind the first time, he disappeared every single time. No matter how many loops followed, Anna was never able to find her child again. I think he knew everything from the very beginning. That is why he chose to disappear. Putting together all the clues they had found before, the two finally reached a conclusion. Zane was probably afraid of being abandoned by his mom again, so he secretly hid himself. Anna said Zane always had the habit of hiding in the wardrobe when he was upset. After so many loops, the only door still left open and the only home that had not been searched was one apartment on the 30th floor. Zane should be hiding inside the wardrobe there. Following Anna's reasoning, Hee-jo also slowly remembered more experiences from the loops. It turned out they had clashed with the men in black before. Hee-jo had even been killed several times. The security team was trying to stop me from finding Zane, just like they took him away in reality as well. Hee-jo said if they wanted to break the loop, they could only push forward no matter what. But at this moment, Anna hesitated, because her child had avoided her countless times. Even if she found him this time, he probably would not want to stay with his mom anymore. But Hee-jo cut off Anna mid-sentence and said firmly if he disappeared thousands of times, it was definitely not because he hated his mom, but because he was waiting for you to find him. With that, the two of them set out once again. After going through a series of dangerous trials, Anna finally reached the apartment on the 30th floor, but the men in black were already waiting in ambush. They took advantage of Anna being off guard and attacked her. Right after that, the massive flood swallowed the entire 30th floor. Still, Anna searched every wardrobe underwater. Yet she still could not find her child. Anna had no choice but to climb toward the rooftop, but right there, Anna saw an abandoned wardrobe. A thought suddenly flashed through her mind. She rushed forward and opened the cabinet door. Zane, who had been missing for so long, was inside. Anna quickly took out the fruit juice she carried and fed it to him. Only then did Zane slowly regain consciousness. Anna sincerely apologized to her child. She did not know about those drawings and she did not know Zane would be here. Mom did not leave me. Mom told me to wait. It turned out at the very beginning, before boarding the aircraft, Anna told Zane that she would definitely come back and told Zane to hide in the rooftop wardrobe. It turned out that after the spacecraft was hit by meteor fragments, Anna was badly injured. Before dying, Anna asked the others to turn her into a maternal experiment subject and upload both her and Zane's consciousness into the server. Once the experiment succeeded, the new humans could return to Earth again. Time returns to the present. Anna handed the diving mask to her child, but right after that, the men in black chased after them. Anna immediately picked up her child and tried to run. But when she turned her head, an even bigger wave was crashing toward them. Anna kept telling her child that she would definitely swim across with him. Just as she threw her child forward, she herself was grabbed by the men in black. Remembering what his mom had told him, Zane jumped into the sea without hesitation. At that critical moment, time suddenly froze. Time went back 5 years. Back then Anna proposed a bold idea. To first create a baby and then use a real mother and child relationship to speed up the growth of emotions. After this proposal was approved, the research team used bioprinting technology in the Isabella laboratory to create a bionic human baby body. From the moment the baby cried for the first time, Anna became his mother. As the days passed, the child learned human language and behavior, and formed a deep emotional bond with Anna, a bond strong enough to transcend life and death. Time returns to the present. Just as a new loop was about to begin, Anna broke through the limits of the virtual world and finally found Zane and broke the cycle. At the same time, inside a space capsule, a brand new Anna was created. As she slowly awakened, countless spacecraft preparing to return to Earth were launched from the space station. The new humanity plan was officially declared a success. They would return to Earth with complete emotions, carrying on the flame of human civilization. The story ends here. Thank you all for watching. See you next time.